Welcome to Module 4. In this module, we will cover how to perform the risk assessment process. You will be exposed to the content of identifying risk, evaluating, prioritizing risk, and communicating risk to management. Before we start to discuss the risk assessment process in great detail, let me ask you some questions. What are some ways we can improve the quality of the risk assessment process? And what sources can be used to gather the data required for the assessment? There are 7 clear steps in a risk assessment process, defined by ISO 27001. Step 1 is to fully understand the organization. What is the business? What products or services does it provide? Who are its customers and stakeholders? It is also necessary to consider its regulatory, legal, and contractual obligations. Aligned to this, we would have to consider how we measure risk, and of course, here we are considering likelihood and impact. Step 2 is to have an accurate and current asset management database, as we need an accurate list of assets. This register can either be asset-driven or scenario-driven, hence tangible or intangible. Step 3 is a vulnerability scan or an ethical penetration test. Identify what threats your assets are likely to be exposed to. Step 4 is the risk evaluation. How likely is it that an identified risk becomes a reality? Step 5 is risk mitigation. So either remove the risk entirely, stop doing something or using something, for example, reduce the risk by introducing safeguards or countermeasures, introduce security controls, modify controls, etc., transfer or share the risk with a partner or third party, and lastly, accept what is left. Step 6 is the compilation of risk reports, the documentation phase. Here, we would consider the risk register, the risk treatment plan, RTP, which lists our risk treatment decisions, and a statement of applicability, the SOA. The SOA should include what controls or not have been selected and why. If no controls have been implemented, again, why? Step 7 brings us back to the beginning. Review our assessments and discussions, monitor the effectiveness, and audit the results. Regardless of whether or not an organization is ISO compliant, much value is gained when applying these steps because they can be applied generically with most organizations. After reviewing the risk assessment process, please answer the following questions.